My name is Amara. I am a beautiful woman. Everyone says so. Men turn their heads when I walk past. Women whisper about my smooth skin and perfect shape. I knew I was beautiful, and I used it well. I never believed in love. Love was for foolish girls who dreamed too much. I believed in strategy. I believed in control. I chose men carefully. Rich men, generous men. Men who could give me the life I wanted. And it worked. I had money. I had nice clothes. I lived in a good apartment in Lekki. My friends envied me. They asked for my secrets. I smiled and said nothing. But there was one rule I never broke. Never use charms. Never use juju. Never use Kayamata. I saw what happened to girls who used those things. They became slaves to the magic. They lost themselves. They went mad when the magic turned against them. I was smarter than that. I used my beauty. I used my words. I used my brain. That was enough. Or so I thought. Everything changed the day I met Chief Okonkwo. That was when my confidence became my greatest mistake. Chief Okonkwo was different from other men I had known. He was older, maybe 55 years old, but he carried himself like a king. He wore expensive Agbada. He drove the latest Range Rover. People bowed when they saw him. I met him at a party in Victoria Island. My friend Zainab took me there. She said rich men gathered at such places. I wore my tightest red dress. I made sure every curve showed perfectly. Chief noticed me immediately. His eyes followed me across the room. I pretended not to see him. That was part of my strategy. Make them chase you. He sent his driver to call me. I went slowly, confidently. He offered me champagne. We talked. He laughed at my jokes. He complimented my intelligence, not just my beauty. That surprised me. Before the night ended, he asked for my number. I gave it to him. 3 days later, he called. He invited me to dinner at the most expensive restaurant in Lagos. That dinner changed everything. He was charming. He was generous. He gave me 200,000 naira just for coming. I smiled all the way home. This one would be easy, I thought. I was so wrong. For 3 months, everything went perfectly. Chief Okonkwo spoiled me. He sent me money every week. He bought me a new iPhone. He took me shopping at expensive stores, but he never asked me to sleep with him. That confused me. Men always wanted that quickly. But Chief was patient. Too patient. I want to know your mind first, he said one evening. Your body is beautiful, but I want your heart. I laughed inside. Men and their lies. But I played along. I told him sweet stories. I acted shy and innocent. I made him believe I was different from other girls. He believed everything. Or so I thought. One day, he took me to his house in Banana Island. The house was massive. Swimming pool. Cinema room. 7 bedrooms. I could not hide my excitement. This could be yours, he said softly. If you prove yourself worthy. My heart jumped. Worthy? What did that mean? I am looking for a wife, he continued. Someone special. Someone pure. Someone who loves me, not my money. I nodded seriously. Inside, I was already planning. I would play the perfect woman. I would make him marry me. Then everything would be mine. But Chief Okonkwo had his own plans. 2 weeks later, Chief invited me to meet his mother. I was shocked. Meeting the mother meant serious business. It meant he was truly considering marriage. I prepared carefully. I wore a simple but elegant dress. I covered my hair with a scarf. I practiced speaking softly and respectfully. His mother lived in a big house in Surulere. She was old, maybe 70 years. Her eyes were sharp and knowing. She studied me carefully when I entered. So you are the one, she said in Igbo. I understood a little, but pretended not to. Chief translated. She says you are very beautiful. I smiled and knelt down respectfully. Thank you, Mama. I am honored to meet you. We ate together. I served her food. I cleared the plates. I did everything perfectly. She said nothing throughout. Her face remained expressionless. When we were leaving, she called Chief aside. They spoke in Igbo for several minutes. I could not hear clearly, but I saw her shaking her head. In the car, Chief was quiet. Very quiet. What did she say? I asked nervously. He looked at me strangely. She said you are hiding something. She said I should be careful. My blood turned cold. I could not sleep that night. Chief's mother's words kept ringing in my head. How did she know? What did she see? I called Zainab. His mother suspects something, I said. What should I do? Zainab was quiet for a moment. Then she said, maybe you need help. What kind of help? You know what kind. I knew exactly what she meant. Kayamata, love charms. The very thing I swore never to use. No, I said firmly. I don't do those things, Amara. This man is your biggest catch. His mother will poison his mind against you. You need protection. You need to secure him. I hung up. But her words stayed with me. For 3 days, I thought about it. Chief became distant. He stopped calling frequently. He said he was busy, but I knew better. His mother had warned him. I was losing him. On the 4th day, I called Zainab back. Where can I find it? I asked quietly. She gave me an address. A woman in a job. A woman who specialized in these things. I told myself it was just protection. Just something small to keep Chief interested. Nothing serious. Nothing dangerous. I had no idea what I was inviting into my life. The woman's house was small and dark. It smelled of incense and strange herbs. She was called Aya Abby. She was short and round with tribal marks on her cheeks. She looked at me and smiled. You want a man's heart? I nodded. This one is stubborn, she said. Even though I had not mentioned Chief, his family is blocking him. You need strong medicine. She brought out a small bottle. The liquid inside was dark red, almost black. Put 3 drops in his drink. He will never leave you. He will marry you even if the whole world says no. I hesitated. Is it safe? She laughed. Safe. Love is never safe, my daughter. But this works. I promise you. I paid her 50,000 naira. She gave me the bottle and some instructions. Never use more than 3 drops. Never tell anyone. And never, ever stop using it once you start. If you stop, everything will collapse. I should have walked away then. I should have thrown the bottle away. But greed had blinded me. I wanted Chief. I wanted his money. I wanted that house in Banana Island. I took the bottle home. That night, I could not sleep. The bottle sat on my table, glowing faintly in the darkness. Tomorrow, I told myself. Tomorrow I would use it. Chief invited me for dinner at his house the next evening. I wore the bottle around my neck, hidden under my blouse. My hand shook as I prepared myself. When I arrived, he seemed happier. I missed you, he said, hugging me tightly. Maybe I did not need the charm after all, I thought. Maybe things would work naturally. But then his phone rang. He stepped away to answer. I heard him say, yes, Mama, I understand. I will think about it. When he returned, his face was troubled. My mother wants me to meet someone else. A girl from our village. She says you are not right for me. Panic filled my chest. I was losing him. His mother was winning. During dinner, I excused myself to the bathroom. I poured wine into 2 glasses. In his glass, I put 3 drops of the dark liquid. My hands trembled so much I almost spilled it. When I returned, I handed him his glass. Let us toast, I said, forcing a smile. To us, he smiled and drank deeply. I watched his face carefully. Nothing happened immediately. He just smiled and continued talking. But as the night went on, something changed. His eyes became softer when he looked at me. He held my hand tighter. He pulled me close and kissed me deeply. I don't care what anyone says, he whispered. You are mine. I had one. Or so I thought. The next morning, Chief called me 5 times. Before 10 a.m. he sent me 1 million naira. He said he wanted to see me every day. I can't stop thinking about you, he said. You are in my blood, I smiled. The Kayamata was working perfectly. Aya Abby was right. He was completely mine now. For 2 weeks, everything was perfect. Chief ignored his mother's calls. He stopped meeting other women. He spent every evening with me. He even introduced me to his friends as his future wife. I felt powerful. I felt invincible. I had finally done it. I had caught the biggest fish in Lagos, but then strange things began to happen. Chief started having nightmares. He would wake up screaming about snakes chasing him. He said he saw shadows moving in his room. He became paranoid and suspicious. One night, he grabbed my arm hard. What did you do to me? He asked, his eyes wild. Nothing, I lied. I did nothing, but he did not believe me. He pushed me away. Something is wrong, I feel it. I feel something controlling me. I called Aya Abby in panic. He is having nightmares. What should I do? She laughed. That is normal. The medicine is working deep. Give him 3 more drops. It will calm him. I should have stopped then. But I was too afraid to lose him. I gave Chief 3 more drops the next evening. This time, the effect was immediate and terrifying. His eyes glazed over. He stared at me like a man possessed. I love you, he said, but his voice sounded empty, mechanical. He followed me everywhere. He called me every hour. He became jealous and violent when other men looked at me. Once, he almost fought a waiter who smiled at me. Chief, you are scaring me, I said, but he did not hear me. He just kept saying, you are mine, only mine. Forever mine. I stopped sleeping well. I felt guilty. I felt afraid. What had I done to this man? Zainab noticed the change. Amara, what is happening? Chief looks like a zombie. I used Kayamata. I confess. Her face went pale. How much did you use? 6 drops total, she gasped. You were supposed to use only 3. Never more. Now you have bound him too strongly. He is no longer himself. I started crying. What do I do? You have to stop using it. Let it wear off naturally. But Abby had warned me. If I stopped, everything would collapse. Chief would hate me. He would discover what I did. He might even harm me. I was trapped by my own greed. 1 week later, Chief's mother came to his house unannounced. I was there, cooking in the kitchen. She walked in and saw me. Her face hardened. So you are still here. Good afternoon, Mama, I said respectfully. She ignored my greeting. She went straight to Chief's room. I heard them arguing loudly in Igbo. Chief was shouting at his own mother, defending me, saying terrible things to her. She came out crying. She looked at me with pure hatred. You have bewitched my son, but I will break whatever you have done. I swear it on my ancestors. She left. I felt a chill run down my spine. That night, Chief held me tightly. No one will separate us, he said. Not even my mother. I will marry you next month. I should have been happy. But I felt only dread. Something bad was coming. I could feel it in my bones. 2 days later, Chief collapsed at his office. They rushed him to the hospital. The doctors said his blood pressure was dangerously high. They said his heart was stressed. I sat beside his hospital bed, crying. Please forgive me, I whispered. I am so sorry, but he just stared at me blankly, not understanding why I was apologizing. Chief recovered after 3 days in the hospital. But something had changed. His eyes looked tired and confused. Sometimes he stared at me as if trying to remember who I was. Do you love me? He asked one afternoon. Yes, I said. Very much. Then why do I feel so empty? I had no answer. The Kayamata was destroying him from inside. And I was too scared to stop using it. His mother hired a pastor. The pastor came to Chief's house and prayed loudly, binding and casting out spirits. He sprinkled holy water everywhere. When the pastor saw me, he pointed. That woman is your problem. She has tied you with darkness. Chief became angry. Leave my house. She is innocent. But that night, Chief had the worst nightmare yet. He dreamed he was drowning in blood. He woke up sweating and shaking. I need help, he whispered. Something is killing me. I knew then that I had to stop. I had to confess. I had to free him. The next morning, I went back to Abby. I want to reverse it, I said. She looked at me seriously. Reversing it is dangerous. The man will remember everything. He will hate you. He might even harm you. I don't care. I cannot watch him die. She sighed and gave me another bottle. Pour this in his drink. Everything will end. But be ready for the consequences. That evening, I prepared Chief's favorite meal. I put the reversal liquid in his drink. My hand shook as I served him. He drank it slowly, smiling at me. You take such good care of me, he said. I smiled weakly, knowing these might be our last happy moments. That night, Chief slept deeply for the first time in weeks. I sat watching him, tears running down my face. I am sorry, I whispered. I am so sorry. The next morning, Chief woke up different. His eyes were clear again, sharp, focused. He looked around the room as if seeing it for the first time. Then he looked at me, really looked at me. And I saw recognition dawn in his eyes. Not love, not affection, but understanding. Terrible understanding. What did you do to me? He asked quietly. Chief, I can explain. What did you do? He shouted, standing up. I started crying. I was afraid of losing you. Your mother was turning you against me. I just wanted you to love me. You drugged me. You put juju on me. It was Kayamata. I am sorry. I reversed it. You are free now. He stared at me with pure disgust. Get out, Chief, please. Get out of my house before I call the police. I grabbed my bag and ran out, crying. My phone rang immediately. It was Zainab. Chief's mother knows everything, she said. She is coming for you. I locked myself in my apartment. I was terrified. Chief's mother was a powerful woman. She knew people. Important people. Dangerous people. For 2 days, I did not leave my house. I kept my curtains closed. I jumped at every sound. Then I started feeling strange. My body felt weak. My head ached constantly. At night, I heard voices whispering my name. I called Aya Abby in panic. Something is happening to me. The reversal has consequences, she said. The spirits are angry. You broke the bond violently. Now they want payment. Payment. What payment? Your own peace. Your own mind. They will torment you until you give them something valuable. I started crying. What do I give them? That is for you to figure out. I warned you. Love magic always has a price. That night, I could not sleep. I saw Chief's face everywhere. I heard his voice calling me a witch. I felt hands grabbing me in the darkness. I was going mad. The very thing I feared was happening to me. The next morning, I found dead birds on my doorstep. 3 blackbirds arranged in a circle. I screamed and ran back inside. Someone was sending me a message. Someone was cursing me. I knew it was Chief's mother. I called Zainab desperately. I need help. Chief's mother is doing juju on me. Amara, I warned you. I told you not to use Kayamata. Now see what has happened. Please, help me. I am dying here, she sighed. There is only one way. You must go back to Aya Abby. You must ask her to protect you. But it will cost you everything. I gathered all my money. 50,000 naira was all I had left. I took a taxi to Aya Abby's house. She smiled when she saw me. I knew you would return. Please help me. Someone is cursing me. I know. Chief's mother went to a powerful Babylao. He is sending spirits after you. They want to drive you mad or kill you. What do I do? She brought out a black cloth. Wear this around your waist. Sleep with it every night. It will protect you. But you must give me something in return. I have 50,000 naira. I don't want money, she interrupted. I want your beauty. I froze. My beauty. Yes, your beauty is your power. It is what caused all this trouble. Give it to the spirits. They will protect you. But you will become ordinary, average. No man will turn his head when you pass. I stared at her in shock. My beauty was everything to me. It was how I survived. How I controlled men. How I got money. But what choice did I have? I stood there, trembling, staring at Aya Abby. There must be another way, I begged. She shook her head slowly. Your beauty attracted this trouble. Your beauty must pay for your freedom. It is the only way to appease the spirits and stop Chief's mother's curse. Tears ran down my face. How long will I lose it? Maybe forever. Maybe 5 years. The spirits will decide. Do you agree? I thought about the voices in my head. The dead birds. The nightmares. The feeling of hands grabbing me in darkness. I thought about going completely mad, losing my mind entirely. I agree, I whispered. Aya Abby smiled. She brought out a small calabash. Inside was a thick white paste. Rub this on your face every night for 7 days. By the 8th day, the change will be complete. She handed me the black cloth. Tie this around your waist. Never remove it. It will protect you from the mother's curse. I paid her my last 50,000 naira. I went home feeling defeated. That night, I rubbed the paste on my face. It smelled terrible, like rotten eggs and bitter herbs. I looked in the mirror. My beautiful face stared back at me. Soon it would be gone. I cried myself to sleep. On the 3rd day, I noticed the first changes. My skin began breaking out with small pimples. My hair lost its shine. My eyes looked dull and tired. I stopped going outside. I could not bear people seeing me like this. Zainab came to visit. She gasped when she saw me. Amara, what happened to your face? I had to make a sacrifice, I said quietly. She understood immediately. Oh no, not your beauty. Amara, why? It was the only way to save my life. She hugged me tightly. I am so sorry. This is all my fault. I was the one who told you about Kayamata, but I knew the truth. It was not her fault. It was mine, my greed, my desire for control, my refusal to accept love honestly. By the 7th day, the transformation was complete. I looked in the mirror and did not recognize myself. My face was plain. My skin was rough. My beauty was completely gone. I looked ordinary, average, forgettable. I sat on the floor and cried for hours. Everything I relied on was gone. How would I survive now? How would I get money? How would I control men? Then I heard a voice, not external, but internal, deep inside my heart. Now you must learn who you really are. For weeks, I stayed indoors. I was too ashamed to face the world, too afraid of people's reactions, but eventually, my money ran out completely. I had to find work, real work. I applied at a restaurant as a waitress. The manager looked at me without interest. You can start tomorrow, she said flatly. No smile, no compliment. She did not care about my looks. She just needed someone to work. It felt strange. For the first time in years, someone saw me as just a person, not a beautiful object to admire or desire. The work was hard. My feet ached. My back hurt. But I earned honest money. Small money, but honest. One day, a man came to the restaurant. He was not rich or handsome. He was ordinary, like me now. He ordered food and smiled kindly. Thank you, he said simply. Something about his genuine smile touched me. He came back every day. We talked during my breaks. His name was Tund. He was a teacher. He told me about his students, his dreams, his simple life. He never complimented my looks. He asked about my thoughts, my opinions, my dreams. What do you want from life? He asked one day. I realized I did not know anymore. Before, I only wanted money and control. Now I did not know what I wanted. I want peace, I said finally. He smiled. Peace is the greatest wealth. 3 months passed. I continued working at the restaurant. Tund continued visiting. We became friends. Real friends. One evening, he asked, would you like to have dinner with me? Not here, somewhere else. I hesitated. Why? Because I enjoy your company. Because you are interesting and kind. No man had ever called me interesting before. Beautiful, yes. Sexy, yes. But never interesting. We went to a small buka. We ate a mala, and you do. We talked for hours. He told me about his late mother. I told him about my sister in the village. For the first time in years, I had a real conversation with a man. Not strategy, not games, just honest talking. When he took me home, he did not try to kiss me or touch me. He just said, thank you for tonight. I had a wonderful time. I went to bed feeling something strange. Something I had forgotten existed. Happiness, simple, honest happiness. But my past was not finished with me. 1 week later, I saw Chief Okonkwo at the market. He did not recognize me. He walked right past me. I stood frozen, watching him. He looked healthier now, happier. He was with another woman. A simple, decent-looking woman. They were laughing together. I felt no jealousy, only relief. He was free. I was free. But then I saw someone else. Chief's mother. And she was staring directly at me. Chief's mother walked toward me slowly. Her face was unreadable. I wanted to run, but my legs would not move. She stopped in front of me. For a long moment, she just stared. Then she spoke quietly in Igbo. So the spirits took your beauty. I said nothing. She continued. I paid the Babylao to curse you, to drive you mad, to destroy you completely. But then something strange happened. I waited, heart pounding. The Babylao told me to stop. He said the spirits had already punished you enough. He said you had paid your price. He told me that if I continued, the curse would turn back on my own family. She paused, her eyes softening slightly. I stopped the curse 3 months ago. You are free now. Relief flooded through me. Thank you, Mama. She shook her head. Do not thank me. Thank the spirits. They have shown you mercy because you chose to sacrifice what you loved most. She looked at my plain face. Beauty is a gift, but character is greater. My son is happy now with a simple woman who truly loves him. That is what I always wanted. She turned and walked away. I stood there, tears streaming down my face. I was truly free. The curse was lifted. The spirits were satisfied. But my beauty was still gone. Would it ever return? That evening, I told Tund everything. About Chief, about the Kayamata, about my lost beauty, about the curse. I expected him to be disgusted, to leave and never come back. Instead, he took my hands gently. Thank you for trusting me with the truth. You are not angry. I am sad that you suffered, but I am glad you learned. And I am glad you survived, but I am not beautiful anymore. I am ordinary now, he smiled. Amara, you are always ordinary. Beauty is common. Lagos is full of beautiful women. But a woman who faces her mistakes, pays the price, and changes her heart. That is rare. That is valuable. I cried in his arms. For the first time, someone saw me. The real me. Not my face or body, but my heart. I want to help you, he said. But first, you must do something important. What? You must forgive yourself. Those words broke something inside me. I had been carrying so much guilt, so much shame, so much self-hatred. That night, I knelt and prayed. I asked God to forgive me. I asked Chief to forgive me. I asked the spirits to forgive me. And finally, I forgave myself. Something lifted from my shoulders. A weight I did not know I was carrying. 6 months after losing my beauty, something unexpected happened. Small changes began appearing. My skin started clearing. Slowly, very slowly. A little brightness returned to my eyes. My hair regained some shine. I was not becoming beautiful again. Not like before. But I was becoming healthier. More alive. Tund noticed. You look well, he said. I feel well, I replied. And it was true. Aya Abi's words came back to me. Maybe forever. Maybe 5 years. The spirits will decide. Perhaps the spirits were satisfied with my transformation. Perhaps they saw I had truly changed. Tund and I grew closer. He introduced me to his family. They were simple people, warm people. They accepted me immediately. His younger sister asked, Brother Tund, when will you marry her? We like her. Tund smiled at me. When she is ready, one evening, he said, Amara, I want to marry you. Not because you are beautiful. Not because you are perfect. But because you are real. You have fought darkness and won. You have changed your heart. That is the woman I want to spend my life with. I looked at this simple teacher, this ordinary man, and I realized something profound. He was worth more than Chief Okonkwo and all his money, because he loved the real me. Yes, I said, I will marry you. Our wedding was small, just family and close friends. No expensive hall, no elaborate decorations, just simple, honest celebration. Zainab was my chief bridesmaid. She cried throughout the ceremony. I am so proud of you, she whispered. As I said my vows, I thought about the journey. How I had lost everything to gain something better. How I had traded false beauty for real peace. After the wedding, Tund and I moved to a small flat in Ikea. He continued teaching. I continued working at the restaurant, but I also started studying. I wanted to become a counselor. I wanted to help other young women avoid the mistakes I made. Life was simple. We were not rich, but we were happy. Genuinely happy. 1 year later, I became pregnant. When I went for my first scan, the nurse smiled. Your baby is healthy and strong. I cried with joy. I was going to be a mother. Me, Amara, who once used men for money, was now going to raise a child with love. Tund held my hand. Our child will learn from your story. She will learn that real beauty comes from character. That real wealth is peace. That real power is self-control. How do you know it is a girl? I asked. He smiled. Father's instinct. He was right. 9 months later, we had a beautiful baby girl. We named her Chidera. God has written. Chidera grew quickly. She had my eyes and Tund's smile. She was beautiful, but we taught her carefully. Beauty is a gift, not a weapon, I told her often. Use it to bless, not to manipulate. When she turned 5, she asked, Mama, why do you look different in old pictures? I had kept one photo from my beautiful days. Just one, to remember. I sat her down and told her the story, age-appropriately, about how Mama made mistakes. About how Mama learned important lessons. "So you used to be very beautiful?" she asked innocently. "I thought I was," I said. "But real beauty is being kind and honest. You are beautiful now, Mama," she said, hugging me. Those words healed something deep inside me. Meanwhile, my face continued healing slowly. Not back to what it was, but to something better, something earned, something real. People at church sometimes asked about my story. I shared it honestly. Many young women cried when they heard it. "I almost used Kayamata," one girl confessed. "But your story stopped me. That became my purpose. Sharing my testimony, warning others, helping them choose better paths." Tons supported me fully. "Your past pain is now your ministry," he said. Together, we started a small support group. Restored Hearts, we called it. Women who had used love magic came there to find healing and forgiveness. 5 years after losing my beauty, something miraculous happened. I woke up one morning and looked in the mirror. My face was glowing. Not with makeup, not artificially, but with genuine health and peace. My skin was clear and smooth again. My eyes were bright. My hair was full and shiny. I was beautiful again. But this beauty was different. It came from inside. It was not just physical. It was spiritual. Tund walked in and stopped. "Amara ... double quotes I know," I said, touching my face in wonder. "The spirits have fully released you," he whispered. That evening, I went back to Aya Abi's house. I had not been there in 5 years. She opened the door and smiled. "I knew you would come. You knew this would happen," I asked. "I knew that if you truly changed, the spirits would restore what they took. But I could not tell you. You had to walk the journey without knowing the end." I understood. If I had known my beauty would return, I might not have learned the real lessons. I might have just waited it out. "Thank you," I said. "Do not thank me," she replied. "Thank yourself. You chose transformation over shortcuts. That is rare." I left her house feeling complete. The journey was over. I had been broken and remade. I had lost everything and gained everything. Today, I am 35 years old. I have been married to Tund for 10 years. We have 3 children now. Chidera is 9. Chukwudi is 6. Amaka is 3. I still work as a counselor. I still run Restored Hearts support group. I still share my testimony wherever I am invited. Young women message me constantly. "Sister Amara, I used Kayamata. Help me, Sister Amara. I want to control my boyfriend. What should I do?" I tell them all the same thing. Real love cannot be forced. Real relationships cannot be controlled. Real happiness comes from being your authentic self. Sometimes I see Chief Okonkwo at events. He is happily married now with children. We nod politely. No hard feelings remain. His mother sees me sometimes and smiles approvingly. She knows I became what she wanted for her son all along. A woman of character. My beauty returned, but I no longer depend on it. I no longer use it as a weapon. It is just part of me now. Not my identity. Not my power. My real power is my story. My transformation. My ability to warn others and guide them away from darkness. Every night, I pray for young women everywhere. I pray they will learn wisdom without suffering as I did. I pray they will choose character over shortcuts. I pray they will know their true worth. This is my testimony. I thought I was in control. Kayamata proved me wrong. But through that painful lesson, I found something better than control. I found myself. The end.